let's try this again for the 15th time, literally. All right, Miss Camastro here. As you could see, I have my video set up for you and my smart notebook. Now, I was noticing as you guys were doing your assignment yesterday, you were really struggling with place value. So I decided to do a little mini lesson on place value and place value relationships. Even though this is a concept that we've been learning all year, it's something that everyone still struggles in. So, what is place value? Place value is the value of a digit in the place value chart. So, when we ask ourselves, what does it mean to be the value of a digit? Well, we know that each digit can only be in each place value from 1 to 9. So, once you get past 9, you go to the next place value. So, if we look at our place value chart, right? And we have the ones place. Once we get to the number 10, we move to the left to the tens place, to the hundreds, thousands, and so on. Every time, so let's take my little crayon, you moved left, your value increases by 10 times. So every time you move place values to the left, your digit increases value by 10 times. So your hundreds is 100 times greater than your ones place. Now, if we move to the right, your value decreases by 1/10. Tyler, are you serious right now? So what does this mean? If we start at the hundreds place and move to the tens, the value is going to be 1/10 smaller. If we move from the tens to the ones, the value is 1/10 smaller. So now, let's review. If I have the number, this smart ink is really messing me up. Okay, if I have the number 5 in the tens place, okay? Can you go take that away from her? This is 5 tens. That's my value. Okay, my digit is 5, the value is tens. If I put a 5 in the ones place, this 5 is 1/10 smaller than the 5 in the tens place. Okay, so this is 1/10 smaller. 1/10. Okay, so now if I put a 5 in the hundreds place, remember we're focusing on this 10. This is 10 times larger. Okay. So using what we know about place value relationships, we know every time you move to the left, your number gets 10 times larger. Every time you move to the right, even with decimal points, it gets 1/10 smaller. So we're going to bear with Miss Camastro as she's using this weird marker on the computer and as Tyler is running around the house like a lunatic. Okay. I'm going to erase all this. Okay. I'm going to erase my example. Now I'm going to go back to my given question. I'm going to make my thickness, well, let's make my pen purple and make my thickness small. Okay. This being home all day thing is not working for me, guys. You're going to have to take her for a walk.
I'm playing with her.
That's all right. Place value. Let's read the question. The value, so we want to know the value of the digit in the hundreds place. I'm going to circle that. In the number 653,841 is 1/10 the value of the digit in the thousands place in which number? How do I figure this out? Well, first I'm going to say I have to plug my number into my place value chart and see where each digit lies with its relationship and value. So I have the number. It's really not that easy to write with this on a computer. 3, Of course you did, because you're running around like a lunatic. All right, 653,841. Let's look to see what digit we're focusing on. The value of the digit in the hundredths place. So I'm going to highlight my digit in the hundredths place. I am looking at the 8 in the hundredths place, okay? We want to know, out of that number, it's 1/10 the value of the digit in the thousands place in which number. So we're looking for a number that has an 8 in the thousands place. So let me go back to my crayon. Okay, I'm going to write an 8 right here. Now, this strategy is going to help me identify each number because we know that my 8 in this 653,841, my 8 is in the hundredths place. We also know that this number right here, the value is 1/10 smaller. So remember, when we move to the right, in our place value system, it's going to get 1/10 smaller, okay? So hundreds is smaller than thousands by 10 times. So let's look to see a number that has an 8 in the thousands place, because that's what it says. Remember, if we reread the question, it says the value of the digit in the hundredths place in the number 653,841, so here's my 8, is 1/10 the value of the digit in the thousands place is which number? So now that we identified my hundredths place being here, and that we need to find an 8 in the thousands place, because that's going to give us a number that's 10 times larger. So the number you're essentially finding has an 8 that's 10 times larger than the 8 in the hundredths place. Do we have one of our answers that has an 8 in the thousands place? Yeah, it's A. So here, your number, 748,000, right? 917. This number, the 8 is 10 times larger than the 8 here. So that would mean that the value of the digit 8 in the hundredths place is 1/10 smaller than the value of the 8 in the thousands place. Good. Now, misconception would be D. If you chose D, okay, let's scroll up. Let's extend my page and let's scroll up. If you chose D, okay, 797, 481. Now, here is an 8 in the tens place. If you chose D, the value of the 8 in the tens place is 1/10 smaller than the 8 in the hundredths place. You would have flipped what it's asking you to do. It's asking for a number that has 1/10 the value of the digit in the thousands place of which number. Okay?
Bingo.
Tyler's doing math too. No, he's not. He's chasing the dog around the house. So, again, let's reread the question because that's how we learn. The value of the digit in the hundredths place in the number 653,841 is 1/10 the value of the digit in the thousands place in which number? Your answer is A because you have an 8 in the thousands place. And we know as you move to the left in place value relationships, your number gets 10 times larger. Good. So now, I want you to use this information to go back and go through your answers and see if there's anything that you can fix with your answers. Okay? Remote learning. All right. So, I'm going to post this on the stream. And if you have any questions, please let me know.
I had questions.
How do you exit out of this? Oh, here we go. We have to go to Stop.